Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Welcome to a new topic. The topic today is about the keepers of the lineage, or the keepers of the bloodline. Is referred to a good head of families. In Vietnamese, we say Người Trụ cột Gia đình. This topic is similar to the previous one called the ideal householders. It's similar to, but it's not exactly the same. So the keepers of the lineage is about a head of families, in addition to practicing in accordance with the qualities and principles already mentioned. For example, by knowing how to make a living, should also abide by certain principles concerning responsibilities for his families in the following ways. A. Ensuring the stability of the family line by practicing according to the principle for sustaining family prosperity. Our cause for a family prosperity and longevity, known as the four Kosala, Kiratiti Dhamma. The four Kosala, Kiratiti Dhamma. 1. Natha Kavesana. When things are loose or used up, he replenishes them. 2. Chinna Patisankharana. When things are old and managed, he restores and repairs them. 3. Parimita Panapochana. He knows moderations in eating and using. The more durations in eating and using is very close to the monastic life, as the nun, novice, monk, and lady Buddhist monk. So we can say that a monastic life is the moderate life. 4. Apipacha Sila Vanta Thapana. He placed a moral and virtuous woman or man in charge of the household. This is what we call the principle that can maintain, protect, and develop our families and our bloodline. We can find in the Suttanta Pitaka, Anguttara Nikaya, volume 2, page 249. Next, B. Honoring the people who are like fires. The following people are like fire. If one behave toward them properly, great benefits can arise. But if one relates to them wrongly, great harm can result. Like burning oneself with fires, thus one should act toward them as the ancient fires worshipper who took pains to tend the fire they worship, caringly, cautiously, attentively, and properly, out of respect and awe. These people are called Akhi Paricariya, meaning fire to be tended. People who must be worshipped by giving them attentive care and the respect proper to their position, like the fires of fire worshippers. 1. Ahunayaki. The fire deserving of offerings, like father and mother. 2. Kahapataki. The fires of the householders, like wife, children, and dependents. Next. 3. Takinayaki. The fire worthy of gift, like virtuous priests or monks who take and uphold righteousness, who practice rightly, and who are not heedless or deluded. This we can find in Tikha Nikaya, volume 3, page 217. C. Attending to one's children. As a parent, one should be aware of the 3 kinds of children and arrange education and training for them in order to ensure that they develop in the best way. They are: 1. Apichata Buddha. The child who excels his or her parent and is superior to them. 2. Anuchata Buddha. The child who follows his or her parent and is equal to them. 3. Avachata Buddha. The child who falls short of his or her parent, who track the family down into ruin. Okay, between the 3 kinds of the child, the Buddha comparison that the first one, Apichata Buddha, the child who excels his or her parent and is superior to them is the best. So at least as a child or as a daughters or sons in the family, we should learn and train and to be Apicchata Buddha of the family. D. Maintaining the duties of a parent. Having children according to the principles of conduct for parents who are described as the forward direction by number 1, cautioning and protecting them from evil. 2, nurturing and training them in goodness. 3, providing an education. 4, seeing to it that they are often suitable spouse. 5, providing allowance and bequeathing the inheritance to them at the proper time. This is the 5 totally the 5 principle. These 5 principles is for all the parents in the world applied to their children. We can say that this is the duties between the parent to their children. We have to take responsibilities through these 5 principles. This we can also find at Tikha Nikaya Volume 3, page 191. And the last one is a little bit long, but is also appear in the previous topic. However, I would mention it again because I think that is so important. In section 8, being a good citizen, we can explain that the family is the basic social unit and is a factor for social and national prosperity and security. Thus, a good head of families should also be a good citizen by conducting themselves according to the principle outlined below. One more important thing to emphasize that the sections used to mention in the topics of the ideal householders. In Vietnamese we say người cư sĩ mẫu mực, or regarding to a topic of a perfect home life. But however, we have to mention this again because it's so important, and also make a match with the individual to the national state. So what are they? They are regarding to the conducting oneself as a good citizen. We can understand that it's lead oneself and one family to prosperity and happiness, and being a constructive members of the society by practicing the following. This following principle includes 17 features or 17 main points. So now I would like to go through it one by one. 1. Nasatharana Tarasa mean not being promiscuous or preoccupied with sex. 2. Na punye Satu me karo. One again. 2. Na punye Satu me kako. Not selfishly taking all the thirsty morsel for oneself. 3. Na sewe loka yatikang. Not wasting time arguing about worthless things. 4. Silawa, having good conduct and discipline, being established in the 5 precepts. Okay, I would like to talk a little bit about the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts, it means the discipline that we have to avoid. Okay, totally, there are 5 features of 5 categories. Includes not to kill, not to steal, not to sexual misconduct, not to tell a lie, not to lie. And the last one is not to drink all kind of alcohol, so to be drunk, to be a drunkard. And this 5 precept is not belong to Buddhism at all, but it belongs to all human beings, belong to the precept that all people wish to live in this world peacefully, happily, and prosperity, to practice together, to join to practice together. That is the 5 precepts. Or we can say that the 5 precepts is the original or the basic is laws of the natures, or the basic regulations that we are required to practice for the happy and peacefully, like in society. If we break down the 5 precepts, the war will happen everywhere, everywhere in our mental mind, in our family, in our community, in our society, and in our nations, and throughout the worldwide. In Buddhism also encourage people to follow the 5 precepts, to build the loving kindness, compassion, to build the lights of giving, to build the honors, to build the truth, and to cultivate the happiness in life. Okay, that is regarding to the 5 precepts. 5. Okay, continue. 5. Vatta sampanno, performing one's duties regularly and completely. 6. Appamatto, not being heedless, but interchange at all times. 7. Vichakano, being judicious, doing things with wisdom. 8. Nivatavutthi attato, being polite, not stubborn or arrogant, being open to the opinions of others. See? Number 8 is very close to the fields of the philosophy, and also the needs of our society. In our society, especially the human society, nowadays we need everyone to open our heart, our mind, to listen to others, to other people more. It means that we are ready to listen to others, to understand them, It's not a kind of listening to make argument. Yeah. Nowadays I see the problem in society, especially in communication. Most of us are listen to be argument. Yeah. We are like have no any sense to listen, to understand, or to get right understand from each other. This is the problem. When we still not yet right understanding to each other, okay, ask ourselves, how can we forgive? How can we forgive to other people? Yeah. So the way to forgive other people's mistake, it must start from the way we get right understanding on them. Yeah. That's what I think individually. 9. Surato, being modest, possessing the love of refinement, cleanliness, and orderliness. 10. Sakilo Mutu, having pleasant speech, being gentle in bodies and souls. 11. Sankaheta ja mitanang, being kind and generous to one's friends. 12. Sangvipaki, sharing with and having people in generally. Next. 13. Vithanava, managing one duty affectionately and effectively. 14. Tapeya, supporting the learned and virtuous monk. 15. Dhammakamu, loving truth, esteeming virtues. Okay, point number 15 on the case of loving truth. Buddhism takes us about the truth and give us a taste to experience, to find out the truth by ourselves, and the theories and the practical methods in the insight meditation. And even we expert in the theory, we know we keep memorize everything, but in the practice, we experience nothing. So it means that we are not yet approaching the truth. The truth is the law of karma. The truth is unchangeable. The truth is nibbana. The truth, the real truth, is located in the Four Noble Truths. Those are suffering, the cause of suffering, the end of suffering, and the ways leading to the end of suffering. That we usually mention in the 8 paths. And also we can summarize into the 3 noble training, like morality, concentrations, and wisdom. Yeah, and also we can summarize into one word, that is sati, mindfulness. Okay, next, number 16, Sotataro, having read and learned much, those truthfully knowing one field. This at least we have to expert in one particular job. Yeah? And that job, yeah, can peace or can help us to maintain this life. Or we can say that, okay, that skill, yeah, that one particular skill can make us earn our living. Okay, the last one is 17, Paripujako, possessing and in acquiring mind, seeking ever more knowledge. Okay, one who loves knowledge. He or she have to learn polite. If you wish to learn polite, you can learn Buddhism. You can learn the Three Noble Training. Includes in Pali term Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, mean morality, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, learn polite until you approach or you attain the Nibbana, the extreme happiness. So at the end of this topic, I wish all of you be the good keepers of your own bloodline. Okay, be peace, happy, and don't worry. Be happy in your own ways of life. Namo Buddhaya.